Chapter 2. Balin's fate unfolds. Balin rode out fearlessly. He had nothing else to lose but his life. One of Arthur's knights followed Balin. When he reached Balin, he asked, "You must pay for the shame you have brought on our king's court. Prepare to battle." Balin had little trouble defeating the knight, who was more forceful with his words than with his weapons. As Balin stood over the dead knight, a young noble woman riding a horse came through the forest. "When you slew this knight, you slew me," she said. Then she took the knight's sword and drove it into her chest. Shaken by the bloodshed he had caused, Balin jumped on his horse and rode away. As he reached the edge of the forest, another knight came toward him. It was his brother, Sir Balan. Balin told Balan that what had happened and about his intention to kill King Rhys. Balan agreed to assist him, and the brothers continued through the forest together. They rode in silence until they saw a royal figure on a horse. It was King Mark of Cornwall, who at the time supported King Arthur. When he heard how the king and the lady were killed, he rode off to find a tomb for a proper burial. When King Mark returned, the two brothers began to dig a grave. At that moment Merlin appeared. He said to Balin, "You have committed a terrible act by taking the sword from the maiden and causing these lovers' deaths. You will commit a more terrible act still. With a single stroke you will cause 3 kingdoms to fall, and will bestow an incurable wound on the noble king." Balin hung his head. When he looked up, Merlin was gone. King Mark bid them farewell and rode away. Downcast by Merlin's prophecy, Balin was now more determined than ever to find King Rhys now. The brothers continued riding westward until evening fell. Then they rested until midnight, when they heard the sound of hooves coming through the forest. King Rhys and a company of more than 50 knights rode by. Merlin appeared again. He told them which knight was King Rhys. Together they brought down the king and sent his followers fleeing through the forest. Rhys begged for mercy. Merlin decided to let the king live. He wanted to deliver Rhys alive to King Arthur. Arthur rejoiced at Balin's victory, but he knew that another enemy was preparing to march against him. Rhys's brother, King Nuru, wanted revenge. So another battle raged, but Arthur was once again victorious. Merlin knew that Rhys and Nero had supporters. One was King Lot, who had married Arthur's mother's sister, Margawise. Lot was the father of 4 sons who would become Arthur's knights: Gawain, Gaheris, Argavine, and Gareth. Lot had hated Arthur ever since his wife gave birth to Arthur's son. Lot gathered all the kings who had been defeated at Bedegraine and advanced on Arthur in Camelot. Both sides lost many knights, but finally Pellinore killed Lot. Arthur was proud of one of his knights, and he wanted to reward them. He could not find Balin and asked Merlin where the knight was. "Sir Balin has left your court forever. His fate is unraveling, and nothing can be done to change it."